unconstitutional. So you may have some Republicans who may be moved by the presentation by Democrats. They may feel compelled by it. They may be shocked to see what they are seeing before their eyes, what they witnessed, watching those events replay for them. But at the end of the day, Democrats are going to need the support of at least 17 Republicans in order to convict Donald Trump. And already so many have blasted this process as unconstitutional, George.
Rachel Scott, thanks very much. Let's bring in our legal team. Dan Abrams, begin with you. Assess the lawyering you just saw.
Well, first of all, the president can't be happy, in my view, with Bruce Castor's presentation, not just because it was meandering and it was a bit of a disaster as a presentation, but because he said again and again that President Trump was removed by the voters. The people picked a new administration. You know, that belies everything that Donald Trump has been saying and what got him into this mess in the first place. So it's not just that they're not arguing voter fraud. They're clearly arguing that the election was valid and it's over. So that was Bruce Castor. Now, with regard to Schoen, you know, it was a mixture of what I think were some serious legal arguments with legal gobbledygook. The serious arguments were with regard to whether a former president
so they're going to hold their votes.
Should be tried in an impeachment. And I think that there were some real arguments made about the text of the impeachment clause, et cetera, which we're going to hear again and again. But then there were these arguments about due process and a bill of attainder and the presumption of innocence, none of which is relevant to what we're talking about here.
So this is going to go on throughout the criminal
law
process.
You're talking about when they have the power of the government to take away someone's freedom. And so there are extra protections in place.
And
due process, yes. Does it apply in an impeachment proceeding? Yes, in the sense that he should get a trial
the Democrats
by the Senate.
had an opportunity
a bill of
to
attainder is a legislative bill where you
and
target someone and you try and convict them in essence without having a trial. It's not relevant in this context at all. It's again, one of these things where you throw it up, and you hope that maybe people will be confused enough that they won't really understand exactly what you're arguing. And finally, you heard again and again Schoen referring to focusing on the text to take away someone's freedom. The Constitution. And so there are extra protections. And yet that was at odds with something that Castor had argued with regard to the 14th Amendment. When he was talking about the 14th Amendment, Section 3, he was saying, well, the founders, they couldn't have meant this when they wrote it, which is exactly the opposite of the argument being made by Schoen about textualism.
Okay, Dan. Kate, hold on 1 second. So we want to go back to the floor of the vote.
Mr. Sullivan,
Maybe
no.
wrapping
Mr.
up. Let's see where they are in the vote right now.
You guys.
Mr. Tester, aye. Mr. Thune. Mr. Thune, no. Mr. Tillis. Mr. Tillis, no. Mr. Toomey. Mr. Toomey, aye. Mr. Tuberville. Mr.
Hey, Scott, good to see you, brother. Bow.
No. Mr. Van Hollen.
Hey, Karen.
Mr. Van Hollen, aye. Mr. Warner. Mr. Warner, aye. Mr.
Black
Warnock.
Zebra is also up out of California.
Mr. Warnock, aye. Ms. Warren. Ms. Warren, aye. Mr. Whitehouse. Mr. Whitehouse, aye. Mr. Wicker. Mr. Wicker, no. Mr. Wyden. Mr. Wyden, aye. Mr. Young.
Yeah, Jay, I'm back.
Mr. Young, no. Mr. Moran. Mr. Moran, no. Mrs. Blackburn. Mrs. Blackburn, no.
You're not getting YouTube notifications, Ellie. It's not helpful.
The Senate shall proceed with the trial as provided under the provisions of that resolution.
Mr. President,
Majority Leader,
I ask unanimous consent that the trial adjourn until 12 noon tomorrow, Wednesday, February 10th, and that this order also constitute the adjournment of the Senate.
Without objection, we shall stand in adjournment until noon tomorrow.
"56 senators voted. That meant that we have 6 Republicans who voted that this trial could go forward. Mary Bruce, I believe that was Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, who's now added his vote to the 5 Republicans voted against dismissal early on.
Yeah, George,
this
that is what we
vote, the
believe, and
ayes
that
are
is somewhat of a
56,
surprise. Obviously,
the
we knew
nays
that
are
Romney,
44,
Collins, Murkowski,
and
Toomey, and
pursuant
Sass
as
were likely to
47,
stick with their previous vote.
Senate
Cassidy
having
now, it seems, is also siding with them. That will, give Democrats some hope there to see one more Republican side with Democrats. We haven't seen any kind of statement from him to explain his change of heart yet, but it does make you wonder what happened in the last several days and in the last several hours to make him change his mind here to move ahead with this question of constitutionality of this trial. And of course, a reminder of what we didn't hear from the president's team here today was any detailed defense of the president's actions. I think the fact that you have 6 Republicans now willing to go forward is telling, but of course 6 is still a far cry from the 17 that they will need. And most, even those Republicans who have condemned strongly the president's actions, who have said he bears responsibility, that he provoked the mob that marched on the Capitol, still have argued that they do not feel that this is constitutional. And that gives Republicans some political cover in many ways. It allows them to walk this fine line by seemingly voting to acquit or likely voting to acquit while not having to make a judgment call on President Trump, which of course is why this is going to be so difficult for so many Republicans as they grapple with the former president's power over their party going forward. But it will be interesting to hear from Senator Cassidy certainly why he changed his mind, or that gives Democrats any hope that they may be able to change some other minds in the coming days, George.
That will be the question. Okay, Mary Bruce. Kate Shaw, we were interrupted for the final vote before you got a chance to assess the lawyering of the Trump's team.
It was pretty uneven. The House managers, I think, as we said earlier, gave an extremely effective presentation on the law, the Constitution, and to a degree, kind of the facts and what was at stake in terms of accountability in the Constitution. And the president's defenders were pretty muddled and meandering, made arguments that you couldn't rely on British history when interpreting the Constitution, when that's a very well settled mode of constitutional interpretation. In fact, most conservative legal lights rely heavily on pre-constitutional history and British practice. There was some ignoring of our constitutional history, the Belknap post-removal or post-departure impeachment in 1876 was sort of absent from the presentation, and then there was sort of cherry-picking of some of the sources in the same way you saw in the brief. So, I think it's interesting that there was any movement at all on the Republican side, and in a way, this is a separate vote than the vote on actual culpability. But of course, as Mary was saying, the idea that a lot of these senators will say there's no jurisdiction and will use that as a reason to vote to acquit without really taking a position on the substantive merits of the case the impeachment managers are bringing, I think seems like a real possibility. But we'll see how this plays out in the coming days. I think it was a very interesting sort of opening presentation from each side.
The baseline vote for Republicans now 6. I want to bring in
Lori says this is a waste of taxpayers' money.
So the votes may be baked in the end. There may 17 votes to convict may be too high a bar. Clearly, the Democrats didn't even feel the need to respond to the Republican argument on the constitutionality after they made their opening case. And, Rahman, it seemed pretty clear that they were looking over the heads of the senators to the American people as much as they were making the argument directly to the jurors in that room.
Yeah, there's no doubt. George, here's the thing. The Republicans in that room are big losers because they're in a quagmire. They can't support what the president did, and they can't separate themselves from President Trump. I mean, they can't support President Trump's actions, and they cannot separate themselves from President Trump. And they're desperate to get out of this quagmire they're in. I think the big winner today, I would tell you, is Joe Biden. One of the premises of his candidacy was, I'm going to turn the temperature down. When you look at that film, you really realize how bad America was versus the calmness in the water that exists under Joe Biden. And I'll just say
Arthur,
this.
Good to see you, man.
A first-year law student
been watching. They
could
are
do better than that
admitting.
team. I bet you Trump is walking around Mar-a-Lago throwing things against the wall, given what was going there. A first-year student would do better than that. And if that's his team going through here, while the outcome may be known, that is not the best case argument to be presented.
Rahm Emanuel, thanks very much. We're going to go back to our regular programming right now.
The DOJ
tonight
you're
with
talking
David
about,
Muir, of course, is coming up. We'll be back for the trial tomorrow. As you heard Senator Schumer there say they're going to be convening again at 12 noon to go directly through the Democrats' arguments on the underlying case against President Trump, the second impeachment trial of President Trump. We'll be back there full-time tomorrow for that, and I'll see you tomorrow on GMA.
So this will be going on throughout the week.
This has been a special report from ABC News.
Man, It was supposed to run another at least hour.
I know what happened.
Conclusion of the first did. We check out. Oh, we got it right.
Criminal trials. Figure out
Hey.
Name. Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
This is the beginning. Right side. They concluded. Disregard. This just ended. That's it for today. Beside that, currently, not showing anything. Viewers are always welcome to comment in their links. But that's going to be it.
It's a very well settled mode of constitutional interpretation. In fact, most conservative legal lights.
Unless you try to find it.
Oh yeah, Arthur. Amy, some America right now, sad. Yeah, absolutely miss. When people can take advantage of a situation, there's nothing that drives an economy like a wartime economy. It doesn't matter whether you're like left and in power or right and in power. That's the fact of the matter. And with C-19, with the stimulus, it was almost like another, like a world WW3, if you will. And, it just seems like, it's a chance to get things going. But we got Reuters up. So they should be coming out now. If and when. Most work they have since the first impeachment with Biden. He doesn't need them. Yeah. No, he doesn't. Or just the same to be said for Republicans if they had, like, the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Man, he was rocking the surgical shield, too. Man. Nice sunset, though. Scott says non-constitutional. Non-constitutional. Besides that, it's a calm day. With the colder temperatures, I should expect it to be calmer into the evening. We can hang out with Steve if you guys like. But aside that, that's going to conclude this one. I'm so sorry. Wanted to hang out. But just the same, actually. When it's not busy, outside of live streams, we hang out. You're more than welcome to join us in the closed Facebook group that we have. Watch parties. It's a great place, whether you're left or right. Just asking that you respect everyone there and their own views. You're more than welcome. It's a great place for information and also to hang out. I'll comment the link should you wish to join. Let me see. WFLA is generally pretty good. But that's it. They're done. What did I just say I was going to do?
No way. You could incentivize the shit out of them like Donald Trump did to get them to come back. They're not going to come back because look at what they did. Someone said the YouTube chat isn't working. Well, good. I don't know. Or you've been blocked from.
People are always getting blocked there. I don't know. Oh, Lordy. No, Scott, no BLM currently. Actually, yeah, there is. It's Black Zebra Productions. Give me a sec. I'll bring it to you. It's an Instagram.
Was assigned to me and Ashley from my brother. Here's a baton, run with it. Do something about it. We're originally born and raised in San Francisco, and it took my brother being out in Vallejo one night to be murdered. But I feel that the universe and God allowed for it to happen to shed light on what's happening in Vallejo for so long. All these families, we're a big family now. No one wants to be a part of this family, but I'm so honored to be in space and call these loved ones my loved ones, because we need to bring change to Vallejo. Vallejo's been doing this for far too long. It has been proven that they are 3%ers. Those who do not know what the 3%ers are, they are anti-government armed militias. They are also bend their badges to signify how many bodies they kill. Jared Ton that night must have been looking for his badge to be bent, just the way he murdered my brother.
I was just replying to Scott. I was saying how I don't have problems with any
it's exhausting that we have to
streamers
put
or anything
aside
like
our
that
healing and grieving,
out there.
but we never really process the loss of
some
Sean, and we understand it's not
better
healthy.
than others.
And we're trying to incorporate healing as we go, because we're never going to get Sean back. But what
they need a Snickers, Marie.
What can we actually do? What can we do to bring the awareness to Vallejo? Because no one cared about Vallejo. But we need people to care about Vallejo. We need to hold the city council people accountable, the mayor, not just come out when you need your little votes. You need to be out here with the impacted families at all times. And I understand that the word is impacted, but we are survivors. I'm tired of having to victimize ourselves.
My bad. Duh.
And it's hard, just even hearing Mario Romero's family relive their trauma, because in their case, it's the same things that Vallejo has done to us, and it's
6
very
viewers.
hard.
We're getting up
we
there.
have to put our bodies on the line at Governor Newsom's home. Got arrested, spent 24 hours in county jail. A lot of the times he says, we need to make the change, and says all these things, but when it comes to standing in solidarity when impacted families, a lot of the times he loves to turn his cheek, especially being a San
case
Francisco
of Snickers,
native,
Arthur, is right, my
the
man.
ex-mayor of San Francisco. You would think a little bit more of him, but it just goes to prove it's all poly tricks for them. And
It's funny
I'll
you
pass
said
this
that.
over to my little sister.
BJ's, it's like a Costco or like a Sam's Club. You get things
I'll
in like
keep it
bulk.
short and simple,
They do sell
but
Snickers.
honestly, I just have so much gratitude, and I don't want to take
Only
too
thing
much
is you gotta
away
spend
from
like 40
anyone
bucks
else from
on
having the chance to
it, but
talk,
well
'cause
worth
we
the investment.
always get to talk. But honestly, I just want to uplift every family. I know Anthony Nunez family is always coming out when they can, and they live pretty far out the way. And the lady who just lost her son, Shane, I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to you. And just thank you guys for coming all the way from Ohio. I know it's a mission, especially during COVID. So just thank you, everyone. I know it's a long fight, but together we stand, divided we fall, and we just gotta keep applying that pressure.
Clueless
And
about the 3
hopefully with the
percenters.
new AG, hopefully we get the news of who gets appointed soon. Hopefully
Brian, they've lost
Rob Bonta, who knows? But honestly, we just need to keep applying that pressure, because Becerra was here far too long, just taking a seat and not really doing what all these families have been crying and asking and pleading for help to do. So change is coming, and I hope this is
Real Elizabeth.
and justice for our loved ones. Before we end it,
Oh my
let's
God,
remind
you're a
ourselves
racist.
what
Oh,
we're here
everyone
for,
gets
though. We're
racist.
here to honor the life and legacy of Willie McCoy.
3 Musketeers in the freezer. Lori,
Willie
put
is
it
my
there.
brother, just like Sean was my brother, and I never had the chance to meet him. And a lot of the times, we remember the last final moments of our loved ones. But it's time that we start
Marie
to
bringing up
humanize
the
our loved
Snickers
ones
ice cream
and for what they
bars.
stood
On
for.
point.
For what they loved. Willie loved to sing and rap and make music and talk about issues that we face daily. So let's uplift him today, to slap his music on the way home or wherever you got to do today. Pray for his family, pray for his mother, pray for his family, cousins, aunties, brothers, anybody who's been impacted by Willie, and all the families of Vallejo. And like Ashley said, this is a year of accountability. We're still healing from the trauma we've lived in 2020 with COVID, but let's talk about COPVID, because COPVID gotta go. And to the families here who are from SAC, thank you for sharing space with us as we uplift Stephon Clark's name too. And just know, from the Bay to SAC to wherever we gotta go, we out here. So thank y'all.
You know what? They're more than peaceful.
We wanted to have somebody from Stephon Clark's family. He was murdered by SAC PD in an egregious shooting of an unarmed young man. Obviously preventable crime that occurred in another situation.
Elizabeth, sorry I had to. Yeah, with the Oprah. Yeah.
So Stephon's mom.
Kit Kats in the freezer, Janice. Yup.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up, for showing out.
Who showed up?
In solidarity with the McCoy family and all the impacted families here. I'm Saquette Clark. I'm the mother of Stephon Clark, and I want to share a story with you really briefly about how I came to meet the McCoy family as well as these other Vallejo families. We were called out to stand in solidarity with them at the city council meeting.
These don't really have
invited us to our city council meeting. So they were in the meeting, they were inside the meeting. I sat outside in the car because I got tired. And as I sat outside, I watched the police assemble and infiltrate the meeting and have them forced out. So when they're saying that Vallejo, the incident, the environment of Vallejo is one of...
It's a cool shirt she's wearing.
Conspiracy and, I don't know the right word, but it is more than just the police. It is systemic. It is organized crime is what it seems like to me that you're dealing with. It seems like that you're dealing with organized crime. And it needs to be addressed. I witnessed it from outside. I witnessed them assemble, come with their game plan, infiltrate the city council meeting, and then I witnessed all the people come out. I was there, I saw it. I called my mama and said, come up out of there right now, let's put the rush up in there.
Denise sounds like she's eating the microphone.
It's real. I said that to say, it's not fabricated.
Where do we find that group you speak of for hanging out? I did comment the link here. I'll put it in there a couple times for you.
It's something that I witnessed. That being said,
excuse me.
I am also the CEO of Iron
if it went possible, if you could just like comment, if you use like a different username on, if you're comfortable giving it, you're more than welcome to it. I'll like speed up.
To collaborate with the Willie McClure Foundation and with everyone here who is a part of the foundation. Hook up with me. Don't leave here without exchanging information because, like you said, united we stand.
United we stand.
United we stand.
Amen.
And I keep hearing everyone say this is a
right below your comment.
Let me tell you something. I'm a knockout artist. Okay? This is the 10th round. They've been fighting
some
for years
people wear their
years
masks while driving.
To be over.
Really?
I don't have time to fight on the rest of my life. I'm
why?
Gonna knock this right out,
if they just push the central air button, it'll keep the filtration, the cabin air filter closed, and it'll be the same thing as wearing a mask, except your car is a bubble. But if you take that off, then it goes in. It's gonna go out.
It's our time. Thank you, God. That COVID came and now they have to sit down and watch George Floyd die.
That doesn't make any sense because there's air coming out.
Everyone's red. What are we going to do?
That's going to go through cracks and stuff.
We're going to take what they want. No! It's not, we're not here asking for anything anymore.
Scott Ward.
I'm ready to knock them out.
Evil grin.
Okay,
she's a linebacker, bro. Say that with the utmost respect. Lay me out.
For excessive force, allowing them to be charged with murder. It is in effect. It is up to you to make sure that that law is implemented into your counties and your cities in California. We have made some change.
So they're not happy with Newsom at this point.
Implemented. City council meetings.
Mitch says pup. Oh.
Implemented in our city.
She has a putt in front, Mitch says.
So I'm going to leave you with the Iron Sack 6 because another situation, another thing that was brought up.
I love the architecture in that building.
How can we hold police accountable and transparent?
Baffles me how they can get the stones and stuff like that.
Addressing what we're doing to one another. We have to bridge the gap between community and community. We have to bridge the gap between family and family. We have to hear
oh my goodness, Mitch, the abbreviation for FUPA, F-U-P-A.
From particular cities,
never heard of it.
Together. It saddens my heart. I know Vallejo. Where's everybody up to? We got some millions in Vallejo. They got some people who...
I don't see the point unless you're at a drive-through. True. Yes, then that would be courteous. Exactly.
The community's not backing these families.
That is just like, hey, Mark, good to see you, brother.
The Iron Sack Foundation's mission, number one, is the Fact 6. Number one, bridging the gap between...
Karen says it's like wearing a condom in bed if you live alone.
Number two,
hey, they say don't be a fool, ride your tool, right?
Like the stuff on paper.
Jarvie says that person needs a job, not creating drama.
For communities. Number 4, commemorating the life and legacy of Stephon Clark in a positive light. Number 5, receiving recommendations from others in the community to prevent atrocities like Willie McCoy and Stephon Clark.
Christina Cabrini, good to see you, girls.
Last but not least, number 6.
Oh my God, bitch. No thank you.
Everybody love everybody.
Each one of their things is kind of like a little pep rally, though.
We're going to hear from David Phillips, father of Desmond Phillips, who was also murdered by the police. I appreciate everybody's patience. We are giving space to every impacted family that is here today. They were all with a chance. The microphone
easy with the mic, lady.
They deserve to be heard, and we're going to hear from each and every one of them as long as that may take.
It really does sound like she's underwater. Like,
thank you, everybody, for showing up. In my son's case, I witnessed my son's murder. The cops, they had been to our house 3 or 4 times in the past. They knew that Desmond suffered from PTSD. This time they came in, they surrounded the house. 2 of them went through the back. They had to go through my neighbor's backyard to get to mine.
Mitch, Nacho Libre.
So one of the cops leans inside and he tells my neighbor to stay inside and stay down.
Says, I wear my mask. I don't
So
like
she
it, but I
took her
do it.
son and put him in the bathtub. Immediately after, she heard
I'm doing my job, but I don't drive
my
it on.
son was shot
Hey, Connie,
over
good to see you.
40-something odd times. I looked in my son's face. I looked in his eyes.
Welcome.
He was dead before he hit the ground. The ones in the back, they radio up front. They said, we're coming into, making entry into the kitchen. Our sliding door was unlocked. So, as soon as they said that, the front door come flying open. And it took them every bit of 2 to 3 seconds to put over 40-something gunshots in my child. They didn't say, Desmond, raise your hands or you'll be tased or shot. Mind you, they've been there before. They knew he had a mental illness. They didn't say, get on the ground, you'll be shot. No.
Mark Gray, I wear a mask at work because I need a job, but I don't wear one anywhere else.
My son is 6'1½". The DA gets up there and he lies and says, my son is charging the police. I got bullet holes and I'm still in the apartment where my son was murdered.
Same ones driving with them on are probably the ones to bitch when they're required. That's so, yeah, that's interesting.
Looking at the bullet holes. I walk over the
Hey, Tim, good to see you, brother.
Fell to his death. I have bullet holes a foot from the floor. A foot from the floor. All the way up to 2.5 feet. So if Desmond was charging you, he's 6'1½". He would have caught right here in the leg, at the most, at the highest. Desmond caught everything in the head.
Republican voted to impeach. Yeah, Christine. One in addition to what's his name? I believe. There we go.
Kid within 2 seconds. And then the DA takes my son's
Louisiana,
now,
Maine, Alaska, Utah, Nebraska, and Pennsylvania.
His name is Mike Ramsey. Mike Ramsey, he took my son's body 24.9 miles away to the
LOL Manuel. Who thumbed down?
Ramsey Funeral Home. Sounds familiar. And then he's going to send us on a wild goose chase for over a week. We're trying to get my son here to Sacramento, get him home, to lay him to rest.
Tim says, hey, Tom, sorry for not saying hi first.
They released
Kidding?
my son's body from the hospital.
Come on, man.
To Bidwell.
Mikasa Sukasa, brother.
We go there.
Mitch.
No Desmond.
Louisiana, into his house.
Man, where's my son? We want to take him home. Oh, he's at the coroner's office. Go to the coroner's office.
Gotcha.
No Desmond.
Manuel.
The only
Glad to have you back.
My child was through
See if we got anything else.
Funeral Home on Broadway. That is the only reason we found Desmond. His body was not kept. It was not refrigerated. Why? Because he's trying to cover up evidence. He named 2 police officers in the shooting. I saw 4. I can testify to 4. Come to find out, they carry 15 rounds per officer. So you do the math. You do the math.
Yeah, Glock carries 15 rounds.
And I'm like you other, and like you, my sister, and your family, and all these families. We are families, and I'm not gonna stop. You know, I fired my civil rights attorney lawyer. You damn right. And guess what?
Let's see.
We got
Before they made your comment. Next for indictment, yeah.
Right after he murdered my son, he's taking a
I agree there, yeah. Yep.
He's smiling like he's
Figured.
taking a family portrait. And then he changes into his street clothes and puts on a T-shirt stylizing the Confederate flag. So
Janice, I think that's why I keep having sinus issues because of the mask.
This family's been in
That's possible,
twice.
but
My little cousin, Mark Thompson, excuse me, he was an activist in Chico State.
let's see if we
They
got
took
anything
him
else.
up in the mountains. Everyday modern day lynching. Took him in the mountains, shot him multiple times, and burnt the car up beyond recognition.
Nah,
So we had a
all is
cold
calm.
casket on
So
him.
we're gonna wrap it up.
Also 25.
If things pick up tonight,
First cousins, 25
I will be
years
going
old.
live.
Murdered
People
up
have
in
been
Butte
telling me
County
that
under the watch
notifications
of
have been an
Mike
issue.
Ramsey
So what I'm
and
going to be
Chief
doing is
O'Brien,
getting
Mike O'Brien.
a Discord channel up, which is separate
People have a
from
habit
the
of
platforms affected. So
hiring
rather than having to
low
rely
cops
on
from
them
other
to not
counties
give you
that
the
have been in
information,
multiple police
you can
killings,
just get it
and they'll come
automatically.
to Chico and get hired on.
As soon as I
One of
click
the
live,
ones,
it'll send a
Barry
notification there.
Cumber, that murdered
You guys
my
are welcome
son,
to hang
he
out
was a
there,
sheriff
comment
of
there
LA
during the day.
County.
Discord, yep.
Killed somebody down there.
It's on
What
mobile
does he do? He
devices.
comes to
You
Butte
can
County,
talk with
gets
people while you're
hired on
watching
as
watch
the
party.
city
It's
police. So the
it's a game changer.
racism on the police force is deep.
And
It's
you can
deep.
freely speak
There's a
about things
brother up
without
there
fear of
that
being,
is a sheriff.
it's
They
not
hung panda
like that.
bears from a noose. They hung big
Christine, I
brown
ended up in
dogs
ICU 6
from a
years ago
noose
for
on
a
his
sinus
locker.
infection that wouldn't
He
clear.
just won a lawsuit.
Come to find out, it was a
So
fun
it's
guy
deep, man,
from the
and we
mask
do
you
have
wore at
work
work.
to do.
Yep.
And I'm here
Mold.
for all of you, all of y'all. You guys are all my family. And I love each and every one of you. Hey, let's do this, guys. Let's do this, man, because they're killing our babies.
Mitch, what's the
They're
link I got
killing
you,
our
man?
babies. And we need to call Biden and
Matter of
Harris
fact,
ass
Mitch,
out
let me hook
from
you
the
up with the group
promises
link
they
for
made when they
Facebook
were
if you don't
trying to
mind.
get elected. Let's
But
call their ass
regardless,
out on
all
it.
platforms will get it.
Okay, thank you.
I have a mod channel now, which I can pretty much just make public, but I want to get you guys set up with one for Robert.
Of Anthony Nunez, his mom Sandy Sanchez, to come up and speak. He was murdered in San Jose.
Yes,
a
sir,
couple of years
Scott.
ago.
I got yours. How you
Hi,
been, Mitch?
everyone. My name is Sandy Sanchez. Our son
Connie,
was,
love you. See you later. You as well. Be well. Thank you for popping in.
My nephew that's been fighting for our son since
Jealous
we
of
laid
your
him
weather,
to rest.
Arthur. Living on the Gulf Coast.
Anthony was 18 years old.
This time of the year in
I'll be
Florida.
quick. He was murdered in front of our home. 6 calls to
Mitch,
be
I've been
exact,
super
were made for
good.
help.
Hope you guys have been
He suffered
good
a
as
mental
well.
breakdown and
Amen.
needed help. Instead of helping him, they came like they were going to war, and they murdered my son. Within 3 minutes and 20 seconds of them setting up at our home, our son was dead. They didn't try to help him. They didn't de-escalate like they lied on the news. And he died at the hospital.
let's see if we
They
got
murdered
anything
him
live.
in front of our home and left him there for hours for everyone to see. In 2019, July 2nd, 2019, we won a civil trial against them. Michael Santos and Anthony Rizzuti are the names of the 2 officers that murdered Anthony. He was shot once in the front, once in the...
Hey, that's me, guys. No worries. Hang on. I got you. This dude's kind of chill.
I definitely said.
Josh Bray is funny.
Though. People always ask me, they're like, Josh, like, what do you want?
And I'll keep an eye on Black Zebra.
I think I want to be acknowledged.
Of losing our loved ones for the rest of our lives. We're forever broken. And all we want is what's right. Accountability. Do you hear me, officers back in the back? Accountability is what we want. I hope you guys can all hear me across the street.
I didn't know there was officers there.
You guys need to be held accountable for taking that leverage
how's Virginia
life.
treated?
Period. It's been 4.5 years that our son was laid to rest, and every day it doesn't get easier. We're here to stand
We need Sasquatch in the house.
The McCoy family, with all of our
Over on
justice families.
YouTube. We got Christine, Arthur, Chris hanging out on Facebook.
And this is just a few. I'm from San Jose, California. So if you allow me, just give me a second.
I was, but then I guess a new speaker came up. I don't know.
Silicon Valley Debug is an organization that supports our family in San Jose. Give me a second, and I would love for you guys to just shout out their names once, if that's okay.
Mary Cardenas. Say his name.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
Anthony Nunez. Antonio Guzman Lopez. Philip Watkins. Richard Hopper Hawkins. AJ Phillips. Jesus Gaynor Montes. Jennifer Vasquez. Diana Sherman.
I don't think we know any of them, but may they rest in peace. And let's just chill.
Okay. So now that our food is done, the Jasmine's rice has been cooked.
He's a stand-up comedian,
put it on a plate for y'all.
and I guess when C-19 hit,
so y'all can see how to dress
he kind
it
of
up.
got creative and went Martha Stewart with it, but
You tap around the top. You know what I'm saying? Fit your salsa. And don't be greedy. Don't you be greedy, but you just get enough of everything. Little juice, drizzle.
this is Josh Prey. On Instagram or Facebook.
This is called
Ooh.
Josh Prey's Jungle Flu.
Yo, I'll eat it.
This is Josh Prey's Jungle Flu.
Don't know what it is, but I'll eat it.
Homemade smashed sweet tomatoes with your sweet Italian turkey sausage.
I don't even like tomatoes.
Drizzled on jasmine,
Or
jasmine
potatoes.
rice
Sweet
with your
potatoes.
yellow bell peppers. This is going to hit every single taste bud. This is a natural aphrodisiac. This will get your love life.
Pamela, he's a mess cooking. Is he? I would think so.
Aroma of pregnancy,
That's too funny.
Coming from the plate.
Manual, hopefully gumbo. That's what I thought that was.
Of I'm pregnant coming from the plate.
Because I believe he's from like Louisiana, right?
Plan B or C.
Yo.
Somebody screenshot this and take a picture of it so I can put this on my next so I can put this on my Facebook Live. Screenshot this for me.
So I got you, brah. I'll get myself out of the way. It's mostly the steam. Marie, he's in Florida. Thank you. Oh shoot, I gotta get out of the way.
I appreciate y'all.
I didn't realize you were taking a picture, right?
Thank y'all for coming. Definitely thank y'all for coming.
Amen.
Listen, fellas.
But be on the lookout in the future. I'm gonna have a Discord link. I'm gonna get on it right now, actually. That's what I'm gonna be doing behind the scenes. I'll get that set up. I'll set up a node and a bot. So if I go live to Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, and you are on any and all of those platforms, you get a notification with a direct link. You can either click on it and go straight to the live stream from Discord, or you can get a notification and go. You can know that Facebook is live without depending on it, or without depending on YouTube
for you to be here, you know
or Twitch.
So,
and the additional platforms that I'm going to be streaming to. So, Christine, you got a Discord? Rock on. Everyone should have a Discord, please.
Had a good time. I had a good time.
It's a powerful tool for sharing information as well as for sharing company.
I want to thank y'all for coming because y'all always don't come. So now that you came.
And I didn't realize I was blowing him out of the water either.
I hope you come again.
Sorry, guys.
And again. And again. And again. Don't you ever stop. don't you ever stop coming here.
What?
Come here every week. Take a break. Go hide in your car. Hide in your closet. Tell your friends.
Listen to the overlay.
That Josh pray. Hey, Danielle, I see you, boo. I love you, Danielle. I see you. Thank you for the hearts, Danielle. I see you. You know you're my favorite girl. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you.
Any guy who tells you that you're your favorite, I don't know, it's suspect.
Y'all come here every week. Come check me out. Okay? Because I promise you, I'll never let you leave.
On the internet. Disclaimer, on the internet.
Let you leave.
Mary Mercado, good to see you.
Without being satisfied, okay? I want to make sure you're satisfied before you leave here. I want to make sure you're taken care of. I want to make sure you enjoy every single moment while you're here with me. And if you don't enjoy every single moment,
no other protest at the moment.
I'll be sure to do it again until you're satisfied.
Oh my
and you enjoy every
gosh.
moment that you're here with me, okay? This for y'all. This ain't for nobody but y'all. You understand me?
This girl is. Watch this.
No, thank you.
Oh shoot! I'm so sorry.
You got it.
Wow, you are
hi.
gorgeous. Wait, where are you going? Hold on. What's your name?
Sorry, I gotta see my friends.
Oh, you're busy?
Yeah.
Well, what's your name? You didn't even tell me your name.
Anya.
I'm not from here. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to meet new people.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you know like
I don't have time.
Do you know like a good place to like have a drink?
No.
I know you
don't
said
have
you're
time.
busy.
I'm not from here.
Okay. You have like a boyfriend or something? May I get your
Oh,
number?
I have a boyfriend.
Oh, so you're like one of those loyal girls?
Oh,
that's exactly what I'm looking for. Come on.
Thank
no, sorry, I can't.
Really?
No, they are waiting for me. See.
Oh wow! I mean, you look amazing. Like you even match my car. It's kind of cute.
Oh wow, that's your car?
Of course, it's one of the cars.
Josh Prey, that was awkward, says
You ever driven in one of these? Yeah, let me help you down.
Manuel, red beans and rice and chicken butter. Oh man.
So,
Do you mind if you take a picture?
Chicken
yeah, of course. Hold on, let me open it.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Really fancy.
Mitch
like
says
it?
he makes good jambalaya too.
Yeah, let me see
Real
your phone.
jambalaya, not that northern knockoff crap.
You're gorgeous.
All the juice in it.
And you're loyal. You're just my type.
Yes, Marie.
Hold on, let me take a picture for you. Hold on, let me get the good angle. See? Even they think so. I'm trying to get her. There you go, baby. Maybe you could like send this to me and I'll use it as like my screensaver for your number.
Are you kidding?
I'm definitely not kidding. I mean, if that's okay, we can just be friends. I mean, I do have to ask. I do have to ask you, how late is your boyfriend working tonight?
2
You think maybe I could just take you for like a drink or dinner? I know you have some plans, but.
No, I can cancel with my friends.
Yeah, the wave is overlay.
You sure?
Yeah, of course. With that car.
So that Myra Pole's face doesn't.
But like over there, like you weren't like so interested in me. You seem like to be in like a hurry or something.
Yeah, I show you mine.
Okay, well, I mean, here, let me, since you're like taking photos, stand right here. I'll
golly.
take one last one of you. This is like one you can like show to everybody and tell them the story about it.
See you there.
About how you met this handsome guy, right? Okay.
Good.
You're ready. You're a natural.
Comment to
All
one
right,
if
last
it's real,
one?
2 if it's fake.
Okay, perfect.
3
Here, I'm
if
gonna
all
show
of the
you
above.
exactly what a gold digger looks like. Hey, listen, you see that
What do you
camera?
say?
You see, relax. You see the camera over there? You can, yo, relax. Get the fuck out of here. Look, tell your boyfriend hi. It's all good. I'll go get my own girl, and I'll take her out to dinner. And you can show your boyfriend the YouTube channel.
Guys, what, 2? We're seeing solid 2s across the board here. Never understood these. Well, I did, but cool looking car. But it's just a jerk thing to do. No? I don't understand that.
Oh, look. We got a gold digger right here. I
Oh
knew
my
somebody would
goodness. That looks like what's her name from Vegas. She's like into vampires and stuff. What's her name?
Wow, you are
watch Counting
gorgeous.
Cars?
Sorry, I wasn't trying to be rude.
He did a car for her.
What's
Dan.
your name? Jessica.
What's her name?
Beautiful name.
Elvira.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Elvira.
You got plans later today?
That's who that reminds me of. Elvira.
Oh, really? Coffee? Yeah, I mean, what if I bought your coffee for you?
I'm sorry. You seem really nice.
Hey, Stace.
Oh,
Good
I
to
mean,
see
where's
you.
your boyfriend at? I don't.
He's actually out of town.
Oh, he's out of town? Maybe we could just go out as friends.
Excellent thing you do. Thank you,
No,
Christine.
I know, but just friends?
Appreciate you.
Well, how about this? What if here, I'll do something. I'll take out some money and I'll just pay for your coffee.
Right,
How about that?
Marie? Who goes out looking like that? Well,
Of
guys with
course.
the YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, I was gonna take out money anyways because we're actually going to the club later on today.
Why did you have so much money?
Oh, like I said, we're gonna go to the club later on, and I like to pop bottles, and all my friends, you know, we have a great time.
Are you gonna invite me or what?
Well, I mean, I thought you said you had a boyfriend.
Well, he doesn't know her, I guess.
Ah, okay. This is for your coffee.
Thanks.
Maybe I could get your number or something.
Yeah, I'd love to go to the club with you guys and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, let me just write this up. What's your number?
It's 5.
Okay.
Janice,
Okay.
what's your Discord?
6543.
You're all good.
Perfect. And you said Nicole?
No, Jessica.
Jessica, I'm sorry, I have
Yeah.
short-term memory. Well, yeah, we're actually
He
going to be
called her
going to
the
the
wrong
club
name,
around
too.
like 10 o'clock. I mean, you should definitely get dressed and come
I'm
with us.
down. What club were you going to again?
Oh, it's called Club Gold Diggers?
Gold Diggers. I never heard of that.
Yeah, you haven't heard of Club Gold Diggers? I mean, you are the mascot.
What?
Yeah, you're the mascot.
I've never heard of Gold Diggers.
Well, I mean, look at the cameras. We're over here exposing gold diggers on YouTube. Yeah, say hi to the cameras. Say hi to YouTube. Look, you've been exposed.
Here's
I knew she was going to be the perfect one.
the thing. If they didn't do it like premeditated to do like on like a big video release like that, and it was like all like occurring like real world, you know what I mean? And like it happened, and it just so
This girl
happened
is
to play out.
perfect.
That's different,
Watch
you know.
this.
In my opinion. Let's see what else we got. Mitch, fake. Mine is the same name, Tom. Yep, I got you, Janice. Hang on one sec. Oh, car fire. Wisconsin Avenue, I-94, northbound in Wisconsin. A lot going on in Wisconsin today. And I do want to acknowledge the mayor of that town that was affected today with that previous live stream, with the incident that occurred earlier, such as here on the bottom in Buffalo. So if anyone happened to miss that, here is a statement that came out just a few minutes after I concluded mine by the Metro Police.
A captain with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, here to bring you the preliminary details as we know them on officer-involved shooting number 2 for 2021. Today, Tuesday, February 9th, just after 10 a.m., a call came in at the 800 block of East Silverado Ranch
There is a bit of lag.
domestic disturbance. As officers arrived to that location, they encountered the female half of the altercation on the second floor landing of the apartment. They called to her to come down the stairs, and as they did, the male half came out the door and fired around. Officers
For what it
immediately
is,
returned
it's
fire,
choppy, but it will be there.
and the male half went
Mitch says she's
back
pretty.
into the apartment, and the female was safely taken out of the area.
Brian
without
says Discord isn't hard. No, not at all.
A
It's
short
actually
time
quite
later,
simplistic. That's actually
the male
the only
in the
trick.
window of the apartment started to fire rounds again at officers. Officers again returned fire. It is unknown at this point if the suspect was hit by any rounds. At this point, it's still a very dynamic incident. The apartment is surrounded, and the male is still inside the apartment with unknown injuries.
Huh? This is a different
As you know,
incident?
in 72 hours, the
Silverado
sheriff
Ranch. This is from an hour
or his
ago.
designee will come forward with the rest of the investigative follow-up,
And if you look, this is not me buffering. It's
and
the
all
video.
body-worn
It's okay.
camera will be released.
You're good? There was an incident today. Silverado Ranch in Pollock.
There was no fire that we or FD, the fire departments, had to
Did anyone else hear of this? Tina, tri-state area.
At this point,
Northeast,
all we know is
states.
that they were in the same space in some sort of dating relationship. That is unknown at this point.
Have you talked to the suspect at all?
So,
We have not.
Any children?
Silverado Ranch in Pollock. Anyone know of this area?
Not that we know of. Thank you for your time.
Let's see their updates. Bit. This is KTNV Las Vegas. A DV call, domestic violence call, turns into a police shooting in South Las Vegas. This is just as of, I'll get you the exact time in 1 second, hang on. 4:39 Eastern. So let's close it. They always hit you with the ads. Let's skip. Let's get some details. LV, the shooting. Metro Police Captain Sasha Larkin said officers responded to an apartment complex on the 800 block of East Silverado Ranch Boulevard near Pollock Street just after 10 a.m. on a reported DV. Arriving officers made contact with the female, as she stated, on a second floor landing outside of an apartment where they were talking to her. That is when a male opened the door and began shooting in their direction. Officers, hang on. Arriving officers then made contact with the female. Larkin returned gunfire. The male went back into the apartment. Later, he opened fire at the officers at this time, though through an apartment window, and once again, officers returned gunfire. The male remained inside the apartment, and it was not known if he suffered any injuries while the situation remained active. This is what the scene looked like around 11:35 a.m. Let's go sooner than that. Yep. What is his ethnicity? They did not say. Nothing other than a male. And that occurred in Las Vegas. Tina, we need to open the states up. Yeah, yep.
Hello, I'm
Nate,
Sasha
good to see you, brother.
Larkin.
You worked today. Thank you. You were on a roof replacing metal shingles all day in the cold. Yo, props to you, man. It was brittle
We're
today.
bring you the preliminary details as we know them.
Honest to goodness, man.
Officer-involved shooting number 2 for 2021.
Hey, Jenna Phillips. Hello again. You guys throw some clips my way. Oh, snap. BZ still in the house. We got 16 viewers. Got any
You're gonna say, fuck you.
Okay.
And we'll keep it real, because I got fucked. So I ain't gonna tell you just to tell you. I'm telling you the experience and the truth. Because I just started into the gate. And guess what? I knew I was going to the whole girl.
Chuck mud up the ladder on a roof, and then I had an amazing opportunity of cleaning it all up.
I wanted them to face me because they didn't want to. I could have took that money a long time ago. I could have got more.
You know what are nice, and you'll.
But the point is principle.
It's really more the more high-end client. They get copper like flashing, and like their stockings or
what is good about money if you got this?
gutters done.
So they don't
And
really
over the
see
years, as it oxidizes, it
So
looks
like
really
I tell
cool.
people,
It gets green, like the Statue of
money never
Liberty.
bought me.
Mr. Dean got rid of Facebook, but I'm really glad I can still follow and turn Tom on YouTube. I miss sharing his live feeds on there, though. LOL. Hey, Mr. Dean, just click share on YouTube, copy the link, and if you visit your Facebook, copy and paste, my friend.
Right now.
Feel free.
I am learning more about my son.
And I thank you for migrating to YouTube and to everyone who's been kind enough to bounce around.
How did I have a 5 grade? Awesome. Because they know I let here. Because I was worried.
Discord. I wanted to get you.
I stopped praying. But I had the key all the time. That's why I was at that
disclaimer.
Because I knew something was wrong. And also the police
it's just going to be text initially, like through tonight, so you guys know. Because there is the opportunity to just like hang out and talk.
One time.
Hey, Mr. Sec, good to see you. How you been?
But I want to tell you,
good to catch you, brother.
We're going to need y'all. We don't need y'all just for the moment.
How are you and the missus doing?
We don't need y'all because we're friends. We need y'all in the long run.
Do you have an official Discord yet? Of course. Nate?
Unfair, unpredictable.
I've had one this entire time.
Some are rivals, not rivals.
It's 2 voice channels.
You know, so stay prayed up. Even when you get worried, start praying up. Because sometimes we don't even know our understanding. But
I'll share with you guys.
You know, like in the just like Job in the Bible, there's always somebody to get loose to go tell something, come back with the wrong story. It's gonna take us. And I don't want to take on nobody's time. And like I said, I got y'all back. I got y'all back. Thank you. See, I was coming listening. And I always, like, my girl was like, don't cry, don't get no tears in your eyes, because I'm supposed to be the person that doesn't cry. Man, every family had this deep, palpable pain. The more I did the work, at first it was like a job, and then at some point it became not a job, and it became part of my life goal to not, like you said, figure out how to make money off of dead people, but to figure out how there could be no more dead people. There's a lot of other things I could do as a lawyer. I'm a good lawyer. I don't need to do this. My God, the legacy for these families, and we could stop this so that these families didn't get any bigger. We love Ashley and Michelle Monterosa, but we wish we never met them. You know, it burned us to know that there was another person. It reopens the wounds every time. It's not the one impact every time it happens. When it happens in SAC, in Bakersfield, and whatever.
The link expires one day,
just
so you
know. So that this person's added to this tribe. These people who love one another. You know, for not because of any similarities, but because of this experience that they've had. Want to speak to have Rob Reason come up. His cousin Eric Reason was gunned down by an off-duty police officer. An off-duty Richmond police officer was in the city of Vallejo, got into a confrontation with Eric, started shooting at him. Eric ran away, was about 60 feet away. And the officer lined him up and shot him in the back of the head.
If you happen to be on YouTube or Facebook,
me and Alicia were out there that night.
This link is going to expire in 12 hours, and I will give it
tell them what to expect, because you end up in this whirlwind of craziness going on.
So up to 25 people could join this first
put out a press release a little while later saying that Eric had pointed a weapon at him, things that ended up not being true. And I started asking the media, well, why do you have a hole in the back of his head if he was confronting you? And they go, well, how did you know? I said, I had to go look at his head, because the family needed to know what happened to him, because we knew the Vallejo police were going to lie, and what they do, they lied. At that point, everybody was going, oh, he was off duty. It was an off-duty incident. So we had to sue them, thinking that the case was going to get thrown out of court because he was off duty.
In the event anyone
The
wants it
city of
there,
Vallejo and the city
just
of
grab
Richmond
it
knew,
from group.
even though he was in his plain clothes,
I'll make
when
a
Eric
post of
turned
it there.
around to end the confrontation and walk away, he said, stop, police, and started shooting at him. The whole time they knew he had identified himself as a police officer. But
Chris, it was a blank screen.
They were hoping that the case would get thrown out of the court before we found out, or that we would never found out. But guess what? We found out. And so we were able to continue to go forward for trying to get justice, whatever that measure is. They have the fortune, if I want to call it that, the officer that killed, that murdered Eric,
died of COVID a few months later. You know, the Lord worked quickly on that one. So they don't have they're not in a struggle for trying to get somebody fired or trying to get somebody prosecuted, but they still jumped in the fight for all these other impacted families. Even though their cases are on a different path, they still are here. Rob has came forward to in the community to try to change what's going on here as a Vallejo native. So we appreciate Rob, and he can talk to you about what his family has experienced in the last year and a half.
Thanks, Melissa. It wasn't even in my spirit to talk today.
Whoa.
Take your time, brother.
Because when I hear all the stories of the other families, and like some of the people that I work with, that family members
Glad you're home safe, Manuel.
Killed, they sleep.
Jana Phillips, I'm kind of glad this stream.
I don't know how to feel.
This isn't
my
the
cousin, he was killed.
to be honest.
He had a gun.
Honestly, I don't want any of that.
That don't make it right.
Like,
or you make no excuse
not what I want, but
for that police. But it's hard for me to sit
it's
up
not
here with these families
constructive
that
at
had
this
to go
point in time, you know.
And I'm the only one that
Daniel Sech,
got some kind of justice because the man died of
should be
COVID.
good in the neighborhood, yeah.
But my cousin had a gun.
That was that Arby's?
It just wasn't even in my spirit to talk today. So Corey came and asked me to
Before
say
they went out of
something.
business?
And for Corey and everybody else here,
bought
I
out.
had to say something. Because I knew Willie was like a little brother to me in the neighborhood. Like 2 weeks before Willie got killed, and he sold a pair of jeans. I was supposed to be making him some music. I knew Willie, and I knew he'd been through a lot in his life, but he was one of the ones out of all the youngsters in the hood that was mature in his mind. Like, I always knew it was something special about Willie. Like, me and him was able to have grown-up conversations, and I felt like we connected. You know what I'm saying?
Not her,
level.
but the woman in the back, the sack shirt.
I just wanted to let everybody know that, man, I'm here for y'all. You know, ever since this happened to my cousin, man, I haven't been able to live a regular life. Ain't nothing been normal for me since then. I can't work a job. I can't do nothing. Like,
So you got it, Nate. Good for you, brother.
This fight is all I got. Like, this the only thing. This fight is the only thing that keeps me going every day. Just looking forward to doing something
Christopher,
to make a change.
this is my town,
Because
really?
at the end of the day, justice is just a small part of the grieving process, because that's a small part, because no matter what justice we get or whatever, it's not going to bring none of our loved ones back. And that's a heavy reminder, to know that. So I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time talking, but it don't get no better. I just found out, my family didn't tell me that my cousin Eric, he died November 2019, and his remains, he was cremated, his remains never even turned back up. So we don't even know where his remains are. We don't even know. And at this point, we don't even want nothing. Shit.
Yeah, no,
By
that's
this time they give us something, it might be a fucking dog's ass or some
Yeah.
shit. So it don't get no easier, and I know. So I just want y'all to know that everything I do and what I try to do is a representation of all the families, and to try to do my part the best I can. It ain't gonna always be perfect.
Where's that, Chris?
It ain't always gonna be the right thing, whatever, but my heart is in the right place. And I'll
So
never
nice
let nothing
wearing
stop me from doing what I'm doing and supporting all the families that's up here. So that's where I found my strength to do what I do, is from seeing the strength that these families got. That's what made me want to step to. That's what encouraged me. That's what influenced me. And that's what made me want to be a part of it, by seeing how strong these families are. So, like I said, their stories is a little more worse than mine, but I commend them. I respect y'all.
Their city
and,
hall
y'all got me for
they're
whatever
outside.
y'all need. That's all I want to say.
I think there are several families who lost.
And I just want to correct that. What happened to Eric was a murder. What happened to Eric was a murder. Eric did do some wrong.
Oh, they ended that quick. And that's that. I hope you all have an excellent night. And until I see you the next time, I bid you adieu. Thank you all for being as kind and as welcoming as you are to everyone else in the community. It's very thoughtful of you, kind and considerate, and I appreciate it. Aside that, let me see. There is not a moss. Oh, actually, let me see if I can. Do they have? That was Facebook. They have an Instagram. Nope, they ended it, I guess. And I was gonna say, it's important to note that, like, though we are joking around and like clown around together, it's difficult. I can't type to reply to everyone. That never has anything to do with very, real anyone's individual feelings, which everyone has a right to, those in which are valid. So I just want to make that disclaimer. Shooting in Mobile. Just a shout out, big thank you to my mods, Marie, Pam, Ryan, everybody else in the house. Everybody else behind the scenes, Rock Bear as well. Good to see you, man. Pound it. Nothing really popping there, as expected, with cold Arctic air. Networks are just replaying the events today from DC. So I thought all well at this point in time, which isn't a bad thing. But on Springfield Avenue, in Mobile, Alabama, there was a shooting that just occurred. Different though than the other one mentioned as well. So hopefully. Excuse me, the best possible outcome, that they receive proper care and we're okay. I'm going to wrap these streams up. We'll wait for some more action. In the event you appreciate, my efforts and being 100% viewer funded, wish to make a donation, I do have that information pinned in Facebook and YouTube. It's through the kindness, thought, and generosity from donors that allows me and enables me to do this for you guys and for you girls. And I just want to thank them, anybody and everybody, and just express my gratitude. But also that restreamers are not in any way similar to streamers. It's a different different process, much bigger logistical thing. I would much rather be out there and just filming things, getting to get the action shots like TW Lives and stuff and call it a day after that. But it's a pleasure and a privilege you guys make it that way, and I just want to acknowledge and thank you for it. So, Brad, Jenna Phillips, or for Tom Brady, you guys cheers, Karen. Always good, always good. Jenna Phillips, thank you. Sharon, thank you. Be well, girls. Facebook, gonna wrap up now. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you. YouTube, I'll talk to you guys soon. Always a pleasure.